Hi, this is Jay Gruenke, the founder of the Balanced Runner System. I've been helping runners from beginner to Olympian improve their form and performance since 2003. And I'm here with stuck at home running tip number 11 from my living room to yours, helping you take this time as an opportunity to become a better runner. So today I want to talk about arm swing and some arm swing mistakes that you may be making. So, have you heard the advice that when you swing your arms, you should be swinging them front to back and with your elbows bent about 90 degrees? Um, because the saying goes, oh, I didn't mean to laugh there, but you'll understand in a minute. When you're running, you're trying to go forward. Leroy's in the house. And so any movement that doesn't go straight front and back is wasted movement. Have you heard that? And then you also maybe have heard that a 90-degree angle is a nice, easy angle, that you don't want to tense your arms. So let's tackle the 90-degree angle thing first. Could be worse if somebody has advised you to run with your arms long or even straight. That's harder, especially straight arms. And for that, all you need to do is think about a pendulum. So I could have had a visual aid for that if I had, we can use my, it's a great thing about doing this at my desk. So we can use my headphones. So pendulum against a white backdrop. So the longer the pendulum, the slower it swings. If I cut the length in half, it swings faster. And as I lengthen it, oops, not circles. And I can try, it slows down, right? And I can try and speed it up. It might get bigger, but that just makes it slower and go out of control. Whereas with a short pendulum, very short pendulum, it just naturally oscillates more quickly. So that's why you shouldn't run with straight arms, because your legs are never going to move faster than your arms do. And you can stiffen everything, and you can actually speed your arms up a little bit with tremendous effort. And you'll still be working so hard to hold whatever speed you're holding. So 90 degrees. Why shouldn't you do 90 degrees? It's a shorter pendulum for sure than this, right? But if you take a weight, I'm just going to look for a nice heavy book here. Unfortunately, my heaviest one is under my computer at the moment. How about der menschliche, no, I can't get it off the shelf. Okay, we're going to go with the brain's way of healing. So if you hold the book with your elbow at a 90-degree angle, you can see what's your effort in your bicep. And then if you hold the book higher, or weight if you have one, you'll immediately feel that the effort may not have been extreme, may have just been barely noticeable here, drops to nothing when the elbow is more bent. And in fact, you can slowly bend your elbow and feel that work in the bicep decrease. If your book isn't heavy enough for you to feel that, find something heavier. And same as you lower it, also, like right about here, I feel my effort begin to decrease, right? And that's also, it's the same principle. It just has to do with how far is the weight from the fulcrum, right? And so again, if you hold a book out here, it's pretty heavy. If you start to hold it up here, it gets lighter. And if you lower it down here, it gets lighter. But here, it's very hard to hold a book out here for a long period of time. So your biceps are doing the maximum amount of work that they could possibly do at a 90-degree angle. It's not your biggest amount of effort in running because you're not using your biceps to run, but that's wasted energy. That is truly wasted energy. So an elbow that's bent more, because then you have a short pendulum, and you have you're avoiding a 90-degree angle problem, is going to reduce your arm effort to the lowest that it could be in running. So you should have that be, and save every ounce of your energy for actually moving forward through space. So there's the 90-degree thing. I hope you will just set aside any notion of a 90-degree angle at the arm, at the elbow. Let's tackle this front to back arm swing, right? Okay, now we know it's not going to be 90 degrees, but doesn't this make sense? Well, it makes sense for Barbie and Ken, who have, let's see, I have actually, I wanted a demo model that was better than Barbie and Ken, so I got an articulated artist's model, who I haven't yet made running clothes for. So she's not making any regular appearance in these videos, but she does have a Barbie and Ken type shoulder joint. See, it does that. Her joint also does more things. They make those little action figure dolls very simply with just a pivot joint. So if your shoulder were like that, then obviously that should be the way that you use it. But your shoulder isn't like that. So you may have noticed shoulder blades, right? And so when you move your arm, your shoulder blade moves, and it's moving across the curved surface of your rib cage. So it's sliding around. And great, I see a question coming in from Stefano, and I will, thanks Stefano, and I'll address that at the end. Already that actually makes your shoulder blade naturally makes a sliding movement that goes like this, right? If I'm just moving my shoulder blade closer to my spine and farther away from my spine, and it's moving on the curved surface of my back, it makes a movement like this. And you see that brings my hand a bit in and a bit out. And if I wanted to make my hand go just straight forward and back, I'd have to do some work with my rotator cuff to turn the upper arm out in the shoulder socket, such as it is, when I swing forward, and then let it come back when I swing back. So I'm adding in a muscle group, an action in a muscle group in the rotator cuff. It doesn't even need to be happening. Much easier to just let the shoulder blade move in a natural arc on the back, which naturally brings the hand in and out. All right? And then, on top of that, as we discussed in previous videos where we were looking at the core action, your upper body turns as part of your core action when you run. So you've got a turning upper body, and look what that does. Just put my hands. Look, it turns my hands, even if I'm not even making any movement in my shoulder joint. And then in addition, you've got that shoulder blade sliding on the curved surface of your upper back. And so what this does, when you follow the path of least resistance, is bring your hand to your midline. The path of least resistance is the path of excellent running form, because it is the path of using your body the way it really works for running, right? If you are fighting against the path of least resistance, you are fighting against your anatomy and against the physical forces of running. If you only learn one thing from me, learn that. So the path of least resistance carries the hand to the midline. And I wore a shirt with a mark with a zipper here so you could see. So your upper body is turning. But if I turn myself so that my zipper is forward, you see my knuckles have come just to the zipper. They haven't crossed over. It's just from the front, it looks like it's crossed over because my upper body is turned as well. All right, so that's your good arm action. Then more than 90 degrees, though it'll open up in the back a bit, and then it depends on how fast you're running and if you're really pumping your arms. And obviously the 90-degree thing doesn't apply to sprinting, you know, like 800 meters and below, basically, we're talking different arm mechanics. So this is what I'm saying is for distance runners, recreational runners. There you go. So the advice that I give to summarize all of this is bring your hands to your heart. So that keeps your elbow bent more than 90 degrees, a tighter angle than 90 degrees, more acute. And it brings your hand to your midline and lets it cut this nice diagonal pathway. All right. It also, to do that, that makes your elbow stick out. We're not talking about running like this necessarily. That would be too much. There's a right amount for everything. But the elbows do stick out when you do that. If you pull your elbows in, none of this, and well, you can still have your elbows bent, but the hands to heart doesn't work anymore. And you do a tremendous amount of work in your upper back because now you're fighting your shoulder blades moving as part of your arm swing, which they need to do. All right. So this is not an extreme elbows out by any measure, maybe more than you're doing, so it may take a little getting used to. So your hands high, diagonal pathway, elbows out. So all comes together in hands to heart. So give that a try on your next run. And tomorrow is Sunday, and I'm taking the day off of live streaming to myself and my family's great happiness. And I'll be back on Monday to show you how your arm technique impacts every other element of your form. It's really critical. And so I'm excited to show you that. So I'm putting a resource to help you with the arm swing down in the description below. And I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.